Oh my God, we are finally back. Can imagine that. Unfortunately, AL, to be young and have a busy schedule, AL will not be joining us tonight, or if he does, I suspect he will arrive late, so you never know. But where we last left off, following the train derailment, the crew took refuge in Winksy's resting dens deep within the smoldering anvil. For some reason, I did not spell that right. The episode opened up with the shocking aftermath of Jester's biohack. The parasitic eyeball he stole had violently rewritten his DNA, transforming his right arm into a fully detachable mechanical clank appendage. Hoping to get a lay of the land before their handoff, Lugnut sent his arc drone out to scout the rusty silos, but it was quickly shot down by scavengers known as the gutter pirates. Seeking alternative intel, the crew questioned Winksy and learned that their mysterious buyer, Ghost, is a bioweaver who secretly works for Vane, Half-Life Aris, a heavily mutated fungal elemental sorcerer who leads the local Burn Syndicate. To prepare for the dangers ahead, the crew ventured into the lower levels of the Iron Market. Kozak and Lugnut managed to scrape together a new drone, dubbed FAM2. Embracing the Fringe's biohacking culture, the crew visited the illicit tattoo parlors, purchasing expensive magic-infused ink. Jinx, Lugnut, Kozak, and Flower all acquired specialized tattoos that grant them unique combat advantages and the ability to recover stress mid-fight. The crew then descended into the underground fighting pits run by a towering giant named Bronx. To their surprise, the arena's reigning champion was none other than Half-Life himself. Never one to back down, Flower leapt into the sandpit to challenge the Syndicate boss. After a brutal brawl where the rest of the crew bet heavily on her success, Flower delivered a series of devastating critical strikes, knocking the mutated fungal out cold and winning the crew a massive fortune of many handfuls of credits. However, during the chaotic fight, FAM2 spotted Half-Life's entourage and noticed a magically blurred, invisible figure lingering in the background, believing this to be Ghost, keeping a low profile. Kozak summoned Spirit, later eavesdropped and confirmed that Ghost is running a dangerous side hustle to acquire the Icarus VII hand without Half-Life's knowledge. Flush with their pit fight winnings, the crew upgraded their armor, rested, and the session had come to an end when Jester's AI finally received the rendezvous detail regarding Ghost, expecting them at the Shuttle Bay bar later on that evening. And I believe where we left off, you guys were actually on your way to the Rusty Silo in Lugnut's commandeered hover truck that he had stole from the parking lot.
Sounds about right. I forgot we won all that money. It's like
those nomads weren't using that truck anymore.
No, not after Flower ran them over, did very violent things to them.
What? No, it was the nomads on the train.
Oh yeah, on the well, if I recall, it was you guys had gone to the parking lot that they had claimed that they left their hover truck, and I think the dwarves that were working on a different hover truck, Flower had distracted them while Lugnut stole the hover truck.
Oh, it was a different truck. We went to that parking lot. Okay.
Yeah. That's how you figured out where the where some of those extra trucks might be. As you guys are coursing through the gravel and sand wastes between the rusted silo and the large industrial complex, there's a moment when all of you are kind of keeping an eye out. You occasionally see individuals kind of noticing you and your truck moving towards the rusty silos, but there's a feeling that maybe they might know what had happened already. There's this feeling that maybe there's a little bit more respect in the air, to the point where even some of the gutter pirates that are kind of coursing around hooting and hollering and just kind of raising hell in general seem to be purposely avoiding your truck for whatever reason. Eventually, you arrive amidst the high, kind of towering silos that are now all around you. And you can see that they've all been converted into apartment blocks. You can see these exterior platforms that go up the 50, 60, 80 stories towards the top of these converted apartment blocks. You see all manner of people here. There's even little small kind of like open air stalls and markets where people are just doing kind of like simple trades, either working on broken kit or trading something for something else. This feels like a society upon itself. While the anvil and the great kind of industrial structure that you came from had felt very kind of organized and kind of like a hub to people first arriving to this area, this feels more like a destination. People here show the signs of working out in the wastes, working out in the fringe. The toxicity, the chemicals, the things that they're forced to interact with to make a living have begun to alter and kind of change some of their physicality. Some of them, you could see mutations on their faces. You could see mutations on their hands and arms. All of you recognizing that the fringe is very much home to those people that are on the very edge of the idea of existence. And this makes them both adaptable and dangerous at the same time. Following Jester's lead in regards to the message that he was sent, as you park the truck and all of you just kind of getting out and looking around, the crowd here is very tempered. There are a lot of dwarves here, humans, the occasional orc, goblin. Every now and then you'll look through the crowd and see a giant kind of strolling through the crowd. They're all busy. They're all working. They're all doing something. It's the early morning at this point. The heat of the day has not set in. Jester points to a silo in the very heart, in the very middle of the rusty silos. He begins to walk that direction, noting that that is the location of the Shuttle Bay Cantina, where you're expected to meet Ghost. What would you guys like to do next?
We were able to buy some potions, some healing potions and mana potions, right? Is that correct?
You guys had bought some stress recovery and I believe health recovery potions. There were a few that you were able to buy.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to set up my sniper rifle on the roof of the truck with its remote tripod, and park in a place that might, like at the top of a dune or something, that might overlook the area. Might give me a shot. If there's a place that like that, that would just give me a little bit of Overwatch.
You know what would help me a lot? Is if I'd opened up my notes. So give me a second. I was so busy talking with Brian and Les, I totally forgot to open up my standard notes. I do apologize. Give me 1 sec. Because I'm an idiot. Give me an instinct on that one, if you would, please.
Instinct.
And everybody has their hope calculated, correct?
That
I believe
is
you would have
correct.
been coming off of a long rest.
Oh, okay. I was super confused for a second.
Yeah.
That is an 11 with hope.
11 with hope. Nice. One of the nice things about the Rusty Silo, the way it's structured, these are clearly old abandoned storage facilities. And while there's exterior ways for people to move up and down, there's parts of the silos that have been abandoned and remain abandoned. And they have these old, rotted and rusted exterior staircases. The center silo that Jester's walking towards, you can see this smaller kind of 4-story structure that looks like it was designed to hold fuel or some kind of fluids. There's an old rusty gantry that heads up towards the top of it. And then there's a kind of a platform that's slightly hidden alongside some like trash and debris that's kind of just collected over the ages. This would give you a very good vantage point on the entrance of the silo that Jester and the others are expected to head towards. Sorry, Brian, you're typing very loud.
I will rush over there.
Okay.
Trying to think if I could do it like stealthily though.
I think a non-hope fear finesse reaction makes sense as you're just trying to use a combination of control and deception and hide as a means to position yourself up on the sniper position.
I cast guidance.
A 9 is what I got.
9. Okay.
And so I want to set it up there on the tripod, and I want to put some trash on it to disguise it, to make it look like just another pipe sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You settle into your little sniper's nest. You got a good vantage point. You feel slightly exposed to anybody kind of walking in a certain direction, but you kind of build up some more debris, cover yourself up to the point where
I'm not going to stay up there. Just the tripod is. The tripod
right. Gotcha.
Is just a remote control tripod.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm going to join the rest of the group while the sniper rifle stays up there.
Yep. So as you're done positioning the tripod up on that Overwatch-like position, are you guys continuing to follow Jester towards the Shuttle Bay at this point?
I've got my hand resting,
Okay,
kind of.
Maybe I missed this part. We're meeting somebody. Like, did Jester make themselves seem important?
You guys finally got the message from Ghost. This is your contact for the augment arm that you guys got involved with Pac. Now you don't have the arm with you. That's back in your warehouse, back in Still Horizons.
I know, but if Jester's the one communicating, maybe, like I said, it's been a minute, so maybe I just don't remember. But did they portray themselves as someone important?
They were the interested party that had initially contacted Pox and wanted
I would want to pretend to be like a bodyguard, like the Secret Service almost, right? I want to try and do that. Am I making sense? Like what I would
want to do? Yeah, the question is...
Be the
sorry,
face?
Go ahead like that.
You want Jester to be our face? Is that what's going on?
I guess that's what I'm asking. If Jester's leading the way, is Jester did Jester say that?
I mean, Jester would look over his shoulder and go, "Hey, I'm just the tech. I'm just following the message. I think we make the devil guy the face."
I was gonna say, Jinx, do you want to be the face?
Sure. I don't know anything about Ghost previously, right?
I mean, as far as you know, you guys had a brief kind of like view of Ghost, who was among the Half-Life entourage. But as far as you know, he's an interested buyer in the arm. He's been in contact with Pox for quite a while now. So obviously this guy and Pox have been planning this. And this Ghost guy must have some skill if he's associated with the Burn Syndicate, as well as, or maybe even operating as an independent bounty hunter within the Burn Syndicate. maybe playing both sides to the importance of this particular device that he's trying to purchase?
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And y'all could be my bodyguards and entourage so we look more official.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, Flower definitely is more a bodyguard looking person than in charge person. So if Jinx is the face, I would like to position myself to be like a bodyguard. So like to make this look more authentic.
I can do that. I'd probably hang like, I don't know, 10, like just like 5 feet behind him, like a little bit behind him. I was trying to catch, I don't know if, because I know when you said we got here, this was like a whole sort of society unto itself. Do we see something like any sort of like, you know, not law enforcement, but you know, anybody who's gonna be, you know, like, hey, don't shoot up, don't start a fight or something?
This particular area, what's your knowledge score? What's your knowledge?
1 + 1.
1. What you know of this area is that it kind of rules itself. Whichever particular gang is strongest within the moment tends to define the rules of the situation. Chances are the Burn Syndicate probably runs things within the Rusty Silo. You don't see any outwardly notions of anybody who's marked as guards, but you get the feeling that the pirate runners have kind of left the 5 of you alone. Maybe they've gotten word from someone not to interfere with you guys approaching the Shuttle Bay.
I imagine this place is kind of like self-policing-ish.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Mad Max vibe in this place.
Yeah.
This place has definitely got some Mad Max vibe.
I'm still picturing Bartertown in my head.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. But there's nothing like okay. Then yeah.
All right. So you said Ghost is approaching, or where exactly
you guys
are we?
are approaching the cantina or the digital cafe known as the Shuttle Bay.
Okay.
You guys are in the heart of the Rusty Silo, approaching one of the silos that you know the Shuttle Bay to be located within.
Okay. All right. We'll walk in. Everybody, just keep your head on a swivel out here. And I assume there is a bar.
As you guys cross through the open threshold into the very kind of first foundational floor of the silo, you immediately realize that the entire first floor is an actual massive bar. Another thing that you pick up on is the vibe in here is very eclectic, and you can't help but notice that everyone is high as fuck. Like the drug that you know to be haze, it's very like Disneyland. So you know how in parts of Disneyland they'll pump out the smell of popcorn, or they'll pump out the smell of churro or funnel cake just to get you hungry?
Roast mouse.
This bar, the Shuttle Bay, is kind of doing that, right? See this purple, yellow, and green smoke kind of slowly drifting down from piping and all this metal kind of odds and ends structure up above. You see that there's gambling tables, drinking tables. There's a hologram suite off to the side where people are kind of watching a hologram entertainment unfolding as well. The people here are interesting to say the least. Well, the people that you saw on the outside walking through the silos, these people are the ones that have come here to exploit the silos. These are the professionals that make it to the Fringe to either procure very illicit or illegal items, take advantage of those that have become very good at scavenging the Fringe, finding ancient artifacts, finding ancient equipment and things that can be used to either alter themselves, alter their equipment, or maybe even be taken back to Steel Horizons for the purposes of selling and trading and earning more favor and earning their way through the different gangs that exist within the Steel Horizon. So they're in groups of like 2 and 3. They're either throwing dice, you can hear the sounds of coins being stacked and restacked, cards, see people playing, gambling, and and every now and then someone will take off their glasses, they're like very deep dark glasses, and you can just see people with pupils that are just blown out, like just their pupils are like the size of quarters. Like you get the feeling that some of these people have been in here for days, and just the very nature of the haze is kind of sending them on these multiple day trips where you could tell that they've been sitting there for so long that you're not even sure if they're awake or conscious. Some are subtle about it, some are obvious about it, some have equipment that seem to allow them to function within this environment. You guys watch as Jester looks down at his tablet and he points towards a table off to the side. And as he points towards the table, you see an individual sitting at that table. He's got a heavy respirator kind of like stitched into his lower jaw and stitched into his cheekbones. Best you could tell, he's either human or elf, but you're not entirely sure to see him. His white and gray hair is very neatly cropped and tightly kind of finished off on both the sides and the top. His eyes are a strange kind of white yellow hue of energy. He wears a long gray leather duster with like a white traveling shirt underneath. He seems to be eating a meal at the table. He looks up, there's something on his wrist that is beeping, and as he looks up, he sees Jester leading all of you to the table that he's currently sitting at.
Excuse me, sir. If I may, don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I believe that we have a mutual acquaintance.
I was expecting books. I was not expecting 5 strangers to arrive at my table. I thought I was communicating with Pox as something happened. Is he dead?
Okay, I'm sorry, I forget. Did Pox was right?
No, his buddy Smoke was.
Oh, Smoke. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys still don't know what happened to Pox. You think he's been kidnapped.
Yeah. Okay. I am not actually sure what happened to Pox. That is something that we are looking into, but he is indisposed, to say the least. But he and I go way back. My name is Dante Voltaire. You may call me Dante or Jinx, if you will.
And what organization do you represent?
Oh, I don't know. We don't represent any organization other than ourselves. You can rest assured. We are not backed by anyone.
Contractors are far more reliable than the gangs of the Horizon. One of the reasons why I enjoyed Pox's company when he would make his journeys out here to the Fringe. I see you bring someone famous with you, as he stares over at Flower. That was quite a show that you put on. Half-Life hasn't been beaten that bad since his first divorce. Anyways, have a seat.
My knuckles, and I'm like, if you ever want another show, I'm always down for a good fight.
There are many descriptions and definitions of a good show. I may take you up on either or, but please, have a seat. Let us discuss business before pleasure.
Absolutely,
I will
thank you.
remain standing when Jinx sits down to really get the bodyguard roll up, like really try and make it believable.
Yeah, we'll say that Jester's sitting to Dante's right. We'll say that Kozak is kind of like sitting to Dante's left. Flower, you're immediately behind Dante, just kind of standing as if to give off that air of protection. Lugnut, how are you vibing into the table at this point?
I'm sort of like leaning against the wall, like staring out at the crowd while listening. Kind of with my arms folded. Just, hey, I'm muscle too, I guess.
So, Mr. Dante Voltaire, do I call you Dante or do I call you Jinx?
Either will suffice at your pleasure.
I'm wondering, the substance, the item that Pox was supposed to acquire for me, was he successful in acquisitioning it? He looks over at Jester. The messaging that I received from your young friend there tells me that you have it. Is it true that you have it?
It is true. We do have the item. Now, would you like to discuss business, as you say?
What is the wage that this thing is going to cost me?
Do we have any? Was there any amount agreed to, or?
Like, you look over at Jester, and Jester kind of looks up at you and just kind of shrugs his little shoulders, like, fuck, I don't know. Like, there's nothing in the message.
We don't have like an internal chat, like a internal wired Slack chat or something, do we?
Not currently. Not until one of you guys get high enough level to acquire one, I guess, maybe.
I guess we should have. I guess we should have discussed this. Are you familiar with what the item is?
I was told that it was an arm that belonged to a very important scientist that worked for the Ark.
All right, so you are up to speed on what we are dealing with here.
Perhaps my real question, as he kind of leans in towards you, do you know what you possess?
Oh, I have some idea, given the amount of trouble that it has caused us.
Well, I can already assume that you're lying about one particular detail. No one in their right mind would arrive here carrying this thing in their possession, so I assume you have it safely tucked away somewhere.
Well, of course.
That presents a rather particular problem then. How am I supposed to know that you truly have it? And how are we supposed to come to an arrangement if you don't have it with you?
Does Jester have any kind of like a schematic or anything on his tablet that would?
Yeah, I would say Jester has been very obsessed with the arm, so he's kind of broken it down into very kind of like digital and analytical detail so that he can do research on it. So he has a lot of detail on his tablet.
Okay, I kind of gesture to my side. Jester, if you will.
So here you go. He slides the tablet over in front of Ghost. Ghost grabs the tablet and looks at it for a while. You watch as his hand is kind of like swiping from right to left. As he's looking at the tablet, you see an aura of magic kind of appear, like almost like a halo around Ghost's forehead. Maybe he is memorizing it, or maybe trying to be a little bit more insightful about the purpose and detail, but you get the feeling he's definitely using magic to interpret the detail that he's going through.
Okay.
Well, this truly is interesting. This device is a little bit more advanced than I was expecting.
As advertised.
Well, herein lies the problem. I have been, doing my best to utilize the Burn Syndicate to position myself in such a way that I can procure this arm. Half-Life. He is someone that I fear, if he were to get his hands on this device, would make life very difficult for most of the gangs and most of the organizations that are seeking it as well.
If I may, and what are your intentions with it?
Mine? I find this device to be but the first step to getting access to the absolute truth of the Ark facilities. You see, this arm belonged to one of the inventors of the Ark generators that are used to keep the big palaces afloat up in the stratosphere above Steel Horizons. Anybody that can disseminate and understand how to reuse that information, as well as the properties of such chemicals for other purposes, will gain a great deal of power indeed. And I intend to be in the very heart of this. Unfortunately, to get to that detail, one has to find their way up to the Ark themselves and use this arm as a means to gain entrance to the labs. Although, there have been rumors that a secret lab out in the Fringe might also exist. I have no proof, but perhaps the understanding of this arm, this device, he looks around. My understanding is that this arm or device belonged to an augment, Professor. And as we all know, it's the augments that are in charge.
So is this kind of like an Elysium type deal where, you know, the haves and the have-nots? I mean, is it basically like...
No, the Ark are these palatial communities that the augments populate.
Right, but is it like, you know, they're living the life and everybody else down here is suffering and everybody hates them, or is it just kind of...
No one actually knows anything about the people up in the Ark.
Okay.
All they know is that there's a society of augments, which are highly advanced clanks, that are responsible for maintaining the Ark platforms up in the stratosphere. No one actually really understands why they're up there.
So this is not a situation where society is being subjugated by them in some way or another.
Well, some would argue. What's your knowledge?
My knowledge is +1.
+1.
I do have one of my experiences well connected. So,
I mean, you could spend a hope and learn potentially more. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
One of the things about the Ark Society and the platform communities up in the stratosphere is that a lot of people believe that they do exploit the different gangs that run around down on Nocturne. Within Steel Horizons, the Fringe, and all the different areas that make up the greater part of Nocturne itself. But no one's been able to, you know, clandestinely define the purpose of the augments or what their involvement with gangs are, other than to be exploitive and take advantage of the disunity and the divisive nature of Nocturne and the way that all the different groups are pitted against each other. They are known to be incredibly intelligent, and they do develop a lot of advanced magics as well as advanced tech that they kind of meld in with magic. And a lot of people believe that the Ark community platforms are where they do their research. What they do with that research, a lot of people just aren't that sure.
Okay. So there's definitely a curiosity there.
Yeah. But there are places in the capital city, Steel Horizon, where people live very lavishly.
Yeah.
Without concern of whether or not they have access to the Ark platforms or not. But the only way that you know of to even approach an Ark platform is take one of the shuttles from Steel Horizon via an augment invitation, and then that augment literally has to escort you up to the platform. Gotcha. And there's this whole kind of theatrical approach to how you get access to it.
Okay. Then I just want to do insight check on him, just to kind of gauge whether he's just another, quote unquote low level.
Yeah, give me an instinct roll on this one.
Okay. Instinct. That is a 7. That is a 20 with fear, if it's a hope fear roll.
Yep, it is.
All right.
So that's 20. It's still pretty successful. Lugnut and Flower, since the two of you are kind of playing your respective roles, I also need an instinct roll from the two of you as well. This will be hope fear rolls as well.
I'm just trying to determine whether he wants this to just become another low-level, like, gang, leader in charge of the gangs, or if he's truly wants it for what he says to find out what's going on in the Aris.
Lug, what'd you get?
13 with hope.
13 with hope. Flower, what'd you get?
19 with hope.
19 with hope. These hope rollers. Uh-oh. Kozak's doing something. He's taking a break from shoving calories into his pie hole.
I'm making Leslie's dinner now. Thank you very much. You got 12 with hope. Or wait, no,
Nice.
14 with hope. It's instinct, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, 15. Yeah, I have a +3 now.
Flower, because you were involved in the brawl, you can already see some of Half-Life's people amongst the crowd. They are definitely taking an interest in the conversation that's going on at the table. They're not making any sudden moves yet. You notice a goblin and an elf from Half-Life's entourage that are definitely there. They're drinking and gambling, but every now and then they're looking up and kind of staring at the table. Lugnut, the entrance into the Shuttle Bay, there is a very large orc who seems to be positioning himself there as if to keep people from leaving. He is kind of inspecting the crowd as people come and go. There's a moment where he grabs a Qatari as if maybe he recognizes them and then shakes his head and just kind of shoves them back out the door as if to realize he's grabbed the wrong person.
Switching over to my VR goggles, can I see him with my sniper rifle at the entrance?
Yeah, I'd say I'd say with the positioning, you've got a pretty good bead on him. You can see his right shoulder and the right back, and like his whole right side profile is currently exposed to the tripod.
Scanning around a little bit, do I see anybody outside of the establishment that might be a part of the group?
You see about a dozen hover bikes nearby that are all kitted out with tech, probably belonging to Half-Life's people.
All right.
Jinx, as you are getting a bead on Ghost, you can already see that Flower tenses a bit, and you follow her gaze towards a table. You can see that Lugnut is paying attention as well. You get that feeling of an elevated tension is starting to build here a little bit. I'm not sure if it's the haze or their awareness of something else going on around you, but Ghost intrigues you. He is a mixture of magic and tech. You get the feeling that he's more wizard than anything else. The way that he's augmented his physical form has more to do with the fact that out here you can pretty much get away with anything that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost is making a move. You get the feeling that Ghost is going to take care of Half-Life and probably make a move to take over the Burn Syndicate and put himself into power. You're kind of reading his body language. You're reading the conversation as you're going back and forth. Getting his hands on this device that you guys have, he sees this as a power play, an opportunity to solidify himself, get his own organization put together, and then use that organization to probably exploit what this device is capable of doing. Whether or not he's telling the truth, he's hard to read. He's definitely a hard person to read because the majority of his face is covered with his respirator mask.
Right. Okay. Before we continue, you don't have somewhere a little more private that we could converse, do you? It seems that we've got some interested parties, and I
find being in the open allows me the security that I need. It would be very poor form for anyone to make a move within the Shuttle Bay. This is one of those places that are persona non grata, as they say.
All right. So, back to the item in question. I imagine that you want this to raise your standing amongst the tribes, if you will.
He kind of crosses his arms and leans back.
You are a clever fellow. Yes, this is a device that will see me elevated within the different societies that I must deal with. I assume this will affect the price.
Well, most definitely. But my question to you is, what makes you different? No offense intended, of course. What makes you different from anyone else who is just trying their hand at a power grab?
My understanding is that the way Ark does its formulation of both magic and tech, it is something that I have been following for a very long time. There's other information and other opportunities that I've taken to better understand.
And then he pauses for a minute and he looks past you. As he looks past you, you see this tall, thin, elven individual kind of appear next to the orc that Lugnut's been keeping an eye on. And this elf kind of converses with the orc and they exchange glances towards the table. You can now see that this wafer thin elf starts she starts approaching the table. You hear Ghost under his breath.
Oh, fuck. Don't make any sudden moves. This bitch can be a bit dicey.
Who?
She is one of Half-Life's lieutenants. She goes by the name Aris. Allow me to get rid of her, if you don't mind.
Aris begins to approach the table. He stands up quickly. And that's when you realize that when Ghost moves to intercept the elf, Ghost's feet don't touch the ground. Like his very tippy toes kind of drag along the ground. You could see some kind of device around his waist that actually does the movement for him. And there's a bit of a blur. Like when you look at him, there's almost like this strange kind of blur, energy around him that makes it hard for you to focus on him. I do need, because this conversation went long enough, I do need everybody, I will roll for Jester, to make a strength check for me. Non-fear, non-help. You need to beat a DC of 12 or higher, or you begin to become high as fuck.
No.
I got a 13.
13.
You are on the edge, but you're holding it together, Lugnut. What'd you get, Dante?
13.
Yeah, you're on the edge, but holding it together. Flower?
I got 12.
Kozak, we need to talk about your drug problem. Because you're having a problem.
16.
Okay.
I'm trying
While
to
the rest of the group is holding it together, you guys can already tell that Kozak's pupils are beginning to blow out, get dilated outward.
What did Jester roll?
Jester rolled a 15.
Damn.
Could I?
You could certainly try. You want to try something?
Yeah, my elementalist, I can shape an element into harmless effects. I can spend a hope and describe how control over this element helps an action I'm about to make.
Yeah, describe what Kozak looks like as he's about to get really high, but he uses his special ability with a little tint of magic to kind of bring himself back out of that state that you're almost slipping into.
Well, I mean, first thing I want to do is I think just use some sort of I've talked about how my orb has some sort of nano fibers to it. I want to
right.
like a mesh, almost just like a little face mask. But then
Almost like a little built-in respirator.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of fleshes over your mouth, and everyone can hear it draw all the oxygen out of your lungs. And there's like this vape puff of smoke that explodes out of your mouth. And then you watch as his eyes go back to normal size as he's no longer being affected by the haze in the bar. Whew. Ghost and Aris are, well, they're having a pretty heated conversation. It's not, the place is loud enough and the bar is loud enough that you can't quite hear what they're talking about. Aris,
Oh, he got up. You said he got up and went over to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's about, I would describe him as being very close to close, right? And she's resting a hand on a pistol that she has on her hip. But you recognize that she's also wearing mesh armor that is pretty rare and difficult to get a hand on. You can also see the tattoos of flames kind of running up her neck, indicating that she's definitely a lieutenant within the Burn Syndicate. But for now, the five of you are left at the table by yourselves while they're kind of close by having a conversation. The orc at the entrance is keeping an eye on Ghost and Aris. And then Flower, you would notice that the goblin and the elf at the other table are also now keeping an eye on Ghost and Aris as something else is playing off nearby. Like they're clearly going back and forth in kind of a heated conversation. But for now, you guys are kind of forgotten as Ghost is dealing with Aris at this point.
It occurs to me there might be more going on here than we are privy to. Anybody else feeling like we're approaching a pit of quicksand here? I think we need to play our cards a little close to the vest, if you know what I mean.
And so, do you really want to sell this thing, or are we trying to get something out of this guy, or what?
Well, I would rather not involve us directly with what this thing, with the potential fallout from this thing. But I also don't want to just hand it off to somebody who's going to abuse the power that it may afford them. I'm unsure at this point. What do you guys think?
It seems like this guy, he wants access to the yak, and we're trying to find Pox, right? I mean, are we gonna rescue Pox?
I still plan on it. Yeah, I owe him at least that much.
Maybe there's some way that our interests can co-align. You know what I'm saying?
Perhaps. It seems like this thing may be even more valuable than we had originally thought. I'm not sure that just a dollar value, credit value, is. Right.
We don't need a handful of caps or nothing. But,
exactly.
A handful of caps. That's so Fallout.
We can't Fallout.
Love that Fallout vibe.
Let's just.
Way out of it. We got to fight our way out of here. That might give us some leverage for saving his ass. So maybe
the tension rises enough in the immediate area. I've spent a fear to start a timer. I'm on 6.
God, you and your fucking timers.
There's an active timer at this point. The body language of the people keeping an eye on the lieutenant and keeping an eye on Ghost is elevated. Because you have your VR glasses on, Lug, from your tripod standpoint, you watch as there's 4 other individuals outside the bar that are positioning themselves behind crates and barrels. But since you do have an active tripod of the area on the outside, I'm going to give you advantage on this because of your tech. Give me a presence if you... No, not a presence. Sorry. Give me an instinct. No. Sorry, knowledge. Knowledge makes more sense, unfortunately, because of the analyze aspect of knowledge.
That is 17 with hope.
There is another group here that's making a move. You watch as there's a shimmer of energy up in the midsection of the silo that your friends are currently in, you yourself are currently in. And from the tripod viewpoint, you watch as a kind of magnetic mine is attached to the outside of the silo. And then you watch as this drone kind of quickly like banks away. You get the feeling that an explosive has been planted and that the people on the outside are waiting for other people to come running out. The people on the outside, they don't look like Burn Syndicate people. There's another group here that's about to make.
They look like the pirates?
No, these guys are too organized. They're not. Hate to say it, they're not redneck at all. These guys are like,
well,
they don't. They could be corpos with the way they're kind of handling themselves.
This is the silo we're in that they placed the
Correct.
explosive on. Okay,
I'm gonna
get up.
I'm gonna get down.
Well, Dante doesn't know this yet because Lugnut is experiencing this all through his VR set.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His
Sorry.
iPad watching everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout really loud. Everybody get down!
Like the
So
moment
the
you,
whole freaking barking.
and like the moment you shout that out, and all of you drop to underneath the table, you watch as Aris does a flat-footed kick into this chest of Ghost that knocks him backwards and onto the ground and kind of prone as if he's kind of like shocked or stunned by doing that. She then pulls her pistol out and takes a shot. Cracks a shot off down towards Ghost that hits him in the stomach, and he's like, "Ooh!" He kind of buckles over and he's like rolling around on the ground. You then watch as both the elf, the goblin, and the orc start running, but then there's this massive explosion. You feel the whole interior of the Shuttle Bay bar kind of rock with that explosion. Lugnut, as you're underneath the table looking through your VR, you watch as two people begin to run into the interior of the threshold of the bar, and your scope has a perfect sight. You guys have the spotlight at this point. What would you guys like to do?
Shoot them.
Yeah, let's take a shot.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see. That would be penis. Penis? Is that what I used to attack with? Or?
Well, your tripod has pretty damn good range, so these guys are definitely within range.
All right. Let's see. Weapons. Okay. That is 16 with fear.
16 with fear. I will take it, but their difficulty rating is a 13, so that will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yeah, yeah. Stats. Oh, there it is. Snap out of my food. Oh, I didn't write anything for it. Just rolled sniper rifle. Shit. D12 plus proficiency. What's my proficiency at level 5 or 4? I'm sorry.
Should be on your character sheet.
Yeah, it should be. But...
+2.
Okay.
Thanks, Bri.
No problem.
That is 9 points of damage, and I believe he falls prone. Is that
correct? So
yes.
He's now prone, which means anyone who targets him, they have advantage on their rolls. And I believe that's going to be major for him. It's going to be 2 hit points gone. He looks very bloodied after that kind of like that round from the tripod comes just blazing down from above, and it just spins and hits him in the shoulder blade through the right chest cavity and kind of explodes blood and tissue outwards, and he tumbles prone to the ground, kind of rough and ready. Unfortunately, oh yeah, you get the move. Yeah.
I want to move Rum Runner to sort of protect Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Rum Runner skid overs to where Ghost is currently prone on the ground. I'm going to spend a fear and activate the orc at the archway. The orc is going to quickly pull out a flamethrower, and he just starts yelling at the top of his voice, and he starts setting the place on fire. It's like he just starts flaming everything around him. He's going to spend his stress. I'm going to have him spend his stress. He's going to activate his overkill ability. This will give him an advantage. He's going to focus on the table area where you guys are at. I got a 16 plus 3 is 19. What is everybody's evasion? It's evasion, correct? Or agility?
Yeah.
It's your evasion score. Yeah. What's everybody's evasion score?
11.
Okay, so you'll take damage, physical damage. Oh, by the way, this particular physical damage cannot be diminished by armor because of the flamethrower.
Okay, what do you say we needed?
He rolled a 16 to hit.
Oh, fuck that. I don't get it.
Okay, Kozak?
Yeah, I don't get it. 12.
Okay, Lugs?
I rolled an evasion, but I have an ability that I want to look at real quick.
Yeah, go for it. It's what those abilities are there for, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, do we roll evasion?
Oh, okay. I rolled a 15. I'm going to use I See It Coming.
Okay.
I do see it coming, which gives me a D4 addition to my evasion. All I need is a 1, so it succeeds.
Okay.
So
at the last minute, describe what you do to avoid the flamethrower while the flames kind of engulf everybody else.
I tip over the table and just make a shield out of it.
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to say you do that first. That means everybody has advantage. So everybody else give me a D6, and you can add that D6 to your evasion.
Oh. What's the DC?
DC is a 6. Well, he rolled a 16 to hit, so you got to get a 16 or higher to avoid the damage of the flamethrower.
Wait, is this a roll or is this just our evasion number?
You want to add your D6 to your evasion.
I am flamed.
That's because Lugnut like tips over the table, giving you guys a backup opportunity.
Oh wait, it's fire?
I'm
Hold
still
on, I'm
hit.
Last thing I checked, flamethrowers issue fire. Yes.
Well, I'm an Emberkin, that's why I'm asking. I am fireproof!
Because watch, it's like
which is great, because I failed by 1 point. I got
yeah. It's like at first, Flower kind of uses the table as a way to block the flame, but she goes, "Oh, wait a minute!" She stands up, and the flamethrower literally just kind of like courses around her like water against a rock. She just stands there, just kind of buffing her fingernails and just kind of laughing at the flamethrower.
I totally forgot that I'm an Emberkin. Because I was like, fuck, man, do I have anything? Because I was 1 short. I was 15 out of 16.
I love it. Jinx, what did you get?
I'm still hit.
Okay, the flamethrower will crash into you. Kozak, what about you?
I actually got a 16. I rolled a 6.
Meets it, beats it. Unfortunately, Jester did not. So Dante, take 2 stress, if you would, please.
Oh.
And then Jester will take...
Not hit points?
No stress.
Damn it!
Yep. Why is it not... Oh. Why does it say read only? Interesting. I wonder if Ale was in here. Oh, okay. Ale was doing something with it. All right. Jester has 3 stress now. Let's see. Because I was successful hitting at least 2 of you. I'm going to spend another fear. I'm going to activate the goblin. The goblin's going to run up towards where Ghost is on the ground. The goblin pulls out like a retracting metal whip with this like wicked looking hook on the end of it. You can see magic kind of lightning like magic is snapping off the end of the hook. The goblin rears back and rolls. He's going to spend his stress and use his ability on target. That's going to hit Ghost. You watch as the whip crackles around Ghost's arm, and then you watch as the goblin just pulls, and Ghost's body is like pulled towards the goblin, and then the goblin's now racing towards Ghost. You then watch as the lieutenant looks over where you guys have flipped over the table. I'm going to spend another fear and activate the lieutenant, who's going to take a shot at you, Dante. This is going to be a disadvantage because you've got the cover of the table. So that is 19 minus 5 is 14 plus 2. Unfortunately, is still a 16.
Hits.
That is going to be 12 points of physical damage.
All right, I'm going to use one armor slot to knock it down to minor.
Okay.
And I will take that hit point, and when that happens, I'm going to. This is going deep south. This whole situation. So I'm going to mark a stress, and I am going to transform into my wolf form, which is actually my demonic form. So I'm going full demon.
Nice. You're now in your demon form. You then watch as the other elf that was with the goblin, I'm going to spend another fear and activate that other elf. He's going to come running across the open area. Once again, the silo is still shaking and rocking from the explosion. He's going to pull out this long, thin blade that immediately bursts into electrical energy. He's going to step up towards where Kozak is and just bring the blade up and slash down. So, Kozak, you're now in base with the elf that has the blade. That is going to miss. The spotlight moves back to you guys. Who'd like to go next?
Okay.
I mean, I could do something to get this guy that just ran up to me.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
I will do Cinder Grasp. I have to make a spellcast roll against the target in melee range.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if I got that. That's 11.
Anybody got a help action they want to spend as a reaction?
Does it say help action on my thing?
You can spend a hope and give him advantage if you'd like.
Sure.
Go ahead and roll a d6 and add that to your roll, Kozak.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
No, it's got to be in Kozak's voice.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to pick up the vodka on the way home, please.
That's 16.
16, yeah, it'll definitely hit his DR of 13. Go ahead and roll for damage.
On a success, the target instantly bursts into flames, takes 1d20 plus 3 magic damage, and is temporarily lit on fire.
Nice.
Damn, I got a 10. So 13.
13. That's major. He is currently on fire. He is very bloodied, rolling on the ground, screaming in pain. By the way, did you roll with hope or fear when you hit?
Oh, with fear.
With fear. I am going to let you guys keep the spotlight for now, although I am going to reduce the timer down to a 4 before I give the spotlight back to you. So we're now at 4 on the timer.
Okay. I'm going to quick take my staff off my back and a blast of magical energy. So who
blast of magical energy out in
magical energy.
Oh, I gotta use my favorite GIF for that one because that's my favorite. I'll put it in Discord.
Here's my magical energy blast. So who is within? So the orc. How far is he from me?
Consider everybody very close, with the exception that the guy in base with Kozak is in melee with Kozak. So everyone's within close range.
So it's the orc, the goblin, and the woman,
the lieutenant,
Aris.
Yeah, the lieutenant Aris, the orc, The goblin, the orc has the flamethrower.
Yeah.
The elf is in base with Kozak with the blade, the electric blade.
Okay.
The goblin currently has control over Ghost. He's grappled his arm and pulled him towards him. The
Okay.
orc's at the doorway entrance, and the lieutenant and the goblin are kind of keeping an eye on Ghost as if they're about to extract him out of the bay or out of the bar.
Okay. You don't have a map for this, do you? Battle
Nope.
map?
This is all
Okay.
Theater of the Mind tonight, baby.
Okay. All right. I am going to cast Unleash Chaos
Okay.
on...
Also, imagine a kind of impromptu fight is broken out, like amongst all the other
Oh, yeah.
people
I
in the
figured.
bar, as it's just descended into chaos.
Yes. Okay. Spellcast roll. So that is Instinct, which is +3. And then because I'm in demon form, I also get a 1d10 to all attack and damage rolls.
Nice. That demon form is so OP.
Yeah, not really. Whenever I would gain a hope, I spend a stress, and then when I use my last stress, I frenzy and do a d20 damage to everyone within close range. So I'm going to do Unleash Chaos on. I'm going to do it on the Goblin.
Okay.
Wait, who was damaged pretty badly? Was it the Goblin? Oh no, that was one of the corpo guys coming in.
Yeah, there was a corpo guy at the threshold that's kind of like on the ground, bleeding out, looking very bloodied.
Okay.
There is, there's the guy that Kozak just hit, who's on fire and on the ground. The elf is actually on the ground, burnt and very bloodied as well.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to do it on the Goblin.
All right, go for it.
All right, that is 8, 9, 10, plus 3 is 13. So it's a 20.
That'll definitely hit with fear or hope.
It is with hope, unfortunately.
Nice. So you get a hope. You get a hope. You get a
I mark a stress.
Oh, you mark a stress, but you do get a hope.
Oh, I still okay.
Yeah, whenever you guys hit or whenever you roll with hope, you automatically add a hope to your stat.
No. For me, it's instead. I do not gain the hope.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So that is going to be. I'm going to do all 3 D10s from the Unleash Chaos. So that will be 2d6 plus a d10 plus 3. That is 4 and 4. So it's 8 and 3. So it's 11 points of magic damage.
Got you. That is going to be major, so he'll take 2 hit points.
All right. And then I'm going to mark another stress
Okay.
and manipulate magic to hit an additional target within range. And that will be Aris, the lieutenant.
Nice. Go for it.
All right. Now I still have to mark a hit roll, right?
Well, are you marking her for
Well,
an
so
ability that you have?
No. Yeah. So manipulate magic says after I cast a spell or make an attack using a weapon that deals magic damage, I can mark a stress to do one of the following: yada 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 yada. Hit an additional target within range. I would imagine.
You rolled a hit again. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not an automatic hit, right? I
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
roll.
still get the roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on her, then it's going to be 13, 10, 23, 26 points of magic damage.
Nice.
Also with hope, so I mark another stress.
That is severe for her, right? It's minor, major, severe. Her mesh armor is going to drop it to major, but that's still 2 points to her. And you've definitely got her attention. Did you get that with hope or fear?
Unfortunately, hope again.
Then mark a stress, but you guys, that means you guys still have the spotlight. Who'd like to go next?
I got an idea, guys. I was hoping it works. I am going to aim with the sniper rifle. The orc with the flamethrower, I assume that has a fuel canister.
Yeah.
attached
What is your instinct?
My instinct is +1.
+1, yeah. You can see a metal drum that's been welded underneath the device. You get the feeling that that's drawing high pressure fuel up into the flamethrower.
Yeah. So with the sniper rifle, I'm going to take a shot, aiming at the tank.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. That's 17 with hope.
Oh, 17 is definitely going to hit. Hope or fear?
Hope.
Hope. Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
It does 12 points to the canister.
Okay. That's going to cause the canister to erupt. It's going to wash the entrance of the bar into flame and an explosion. This explosion, you just watch as pieces of the orc go flying in different directions. You also watch as like chunks of metal kind of like slam into people in the bar. You watch as somebody's head just kind of opens up like a Pez dispenser as like a piece of metal slices across. Dozens of people just drop to the ground. The entrance of the bar is now on fire, and you hear a secondary explosion somewhere deeper up in the silo that kind of rocks the entirety of the silo. I need everybody to make non-hope, non-fear agility checks, if you would, please. As debris is now coming down from the upper kind of rafters of the silo down into the bar.
So I wouldn't get the D10 for that, right? It says attack and damage.
Correct.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
That'll fail.
Oh, I rolled 2 5s.
That is a critical success. Kozak?
I got a dirty 20 with hope.
That will avoid. That's a pass. Flower, what'd you get?
22.
All right. Lugnut, as that secondary explosion goes off, you watch as a metal beam comes careening down from up in the rafters, and it just slams across your chest and shoulder. It's going to knock you prone, and it does 18 points of physical damage.
Okay, I'm going to use an armor point to lessen that.
Okay.
Let's see. That would have been severe damage, but I'm going to lower it down to
major.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2 points. And as a part of my attack, I want to use a domain effect.
Okay.
Not a domain effect. A feature called Hold Them Off. That when you succeed on an attack with a weapon, to use the same roll against 2 additional adversaries within range of the attack. So, like, I'm lying on the ground, but my VR headset is still working, and I'm going to take 2 shots at 2 of the other corpos that were outside.
Okay, go for it.
So that, I believe that was a 17. Yeah, that was a 17 that I rolled earlier.
Yep,
so
that'll hit.
17
was it with hope or fear?
Guys. It was with hope.
Okay, yeah, definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so one gets 11 and the other gets 15.
Nice. You'll watch as both of them drop prone because of the fact it's coming from somewhere behind them. They were both about to rush inside until the entrance turned into flame, which caused them to halt and kind of backpedal briefly, allowing the tripod to hit both of them. Lugnut, you still technically have your move if you want to shift to a different part of the bar.
Can I wiggle out from underneath this, or am I stuck where I am?
You're yeah, that's right. You're pinned down by the beam. I'll say, yeah, I'm going to say you're pinned currently. You're incapacitated.
Okay, I'm going to have Rum Runner come over to me and like attach its claw onto one of some of the debris.
Okay.
And start pulling. and maybe next turn I'll be able to push
Yeah,
him
yeah.
off with
Love
the
it.
belt.
Lugnet rolled with Hope. Who'd like to go next? Because you guys still have the spotlight. Flower? Okay. Flower, what are you doing?
I would like to punch the nearest thing attacking us.
There's 2 things that are close to you. 3,
Okay.
technically. You're not in melee with anyone yet. Kozak is nearest the bloodied elf that's on the ground. There's also the goblin and the Lieutenant Aris, who's the half elf that kind of kicked the ghost in the chest when he went down to the ground. All 3 of those are viable targets that you can move into melee with.
You pick, Jason.
You would notice that the elf is very bloodied.
You just gave me a lot of options, so you pick the one.
Yeah, I would say you get the feeling that the elf is in base with your buddy Koz, and it's very bloodied. You could probably finish that elf off.
Okay.
So I'll move you into base with the prone elf, which means you have advantage on your attack roll, whatever you choose to do.
I will attack with advantage.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, well.
Kozak is in
What?
full belly decompression.
Why do I get the face?
Oh no, he's got that look of someone just ate dinner and now is in post-dinner coma.
Yes.
That's why I try to avoid eating right before a session, because sometimes eating makes me sleepy. So what'd you get,
Right,
Flower, to hit?
21 with fear.
21 with fear. I will take that fear,
Yeah,
but that will successfully hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It will be 2d10. I was like, I know it. I promised. Twenty. 11.
11 points of damage. That's
Can I
just-
use a hope for my experience?
sure. Spend a hope on it. Which experience are you using?
Brawler. So it's just like a +2 to damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and spend that hope. Add 2 more. That's 13.
Yep.
That puts it into major threshold. Describe how you finish the guy off. Like how do you finish this guy off as he's on the ground?
Do like a 1 punch, like right to the jaw, and then uppercut, and just like snap his neck as I uppercut him.
Yeah, you ragdoll his ass, and
Yeah.
he's just ragdolled, bleeding out, dead on the ground. You hear someone behind you scream with anger. As you turn to look over your shoulder, you see a pistol raised towards you. She is going to spend 2 stress, and she is going to activate her magical ability, Extend the Pain. So she gets to add a d10 to her damage roll. She also gets to shoot with advantage. So she's going to take a shot at Flower, since I'm going to spend a fear, because I've got the spotlight back. That is going to be 14 plus 5 is 19 to hit you, Flower.
Mm-hmm.
She gets where that is going to be 15 points of magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've got 5 fear left. My counter is set to 4. You know what? I'm going to spend a fear, drop the counter to 3. You guys hear a 3rd explosion up in the silo. It rocks the entire silo yet again. I need everyone to make agility DC checks for me, please. No hope, no fear. These are just regular agility checks.
11.
Lugna, you have disadvantage on this because you are currently pinned underneath the
So I
beam.
roll a d6 and it's subtracted, or
Yep, correct.
Wait, what am I doing?
Agility roll.
Agility
I got-
roll.
I got 2 1s.
That is a critical
Roll.
success. Yeah. You will avoid the
I
damage.
got 10.
10. That will fail. You'll take some damage. Flower.
18.
18. That'll succeed. Dante, what'd you get?
11.
11 will fail. So Lugna, take 9 points of physical damage. Dante, take 9 points of physical damage as some of the debris up above kind of clatters down on top of you.
Even though I was on hope down here, since it was a critical success, do I regain a hope and mark stress?
Oh yeah, whenever you get a critical success, you gain a hope, you recover a stress,
Oh, I forgot to
and
recover
you
a strength.
automatically pass whatever the test is.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to spend another fear, and I'm going to activate the goblin, who is going to notice that Lugnut is vulnerable because he's pinned. He's going to kind of stand within very close and bring his arcing whip back and up after releasing it from Ghost. He's going to use his whip to come down towards you, Lugnut. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
Oh, nice try, buddy.
That's going to miss as you squirm out of the way. The spotlight is back to you guys. Who'd like to go next?
I can go.
Okay. I don't think you've gone yet, Koz. Did you want to go?
Oh, you haven't gone yet?
I went when the dude ran up to me and I lit him on fire. I was gonna. If you want to go, I'll go after you.
Okay. Go
Let me
for
see
it,
if I can
Dante.
take a couple more people out. That'll free you up a little more.
So currently, from where you're standing, Dante, you can see that Flower just finished off the elf that was severely burned by Kozak. The goblin is making a play for trying to get at Lugnut. The lieutenant just took a pretty severe shot on Flower. Flower took some damage from that. The orc is no longer a problem, but with the fire at the entrance, you can see that there's some other outside people trying to get in. They look like corpo types at this point. And of course, you know, it's a menagerie of people running through the flame, and there's just this continuous explosion seem to be going off up in the height of the silo.
All right. So the goblin and the lieutenant are the Burn Syndicate guys still alive.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use my staff. I just realized last time I actually rolled my staff damage instead of the Unleash Chaos damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to I'll roll the Unleash Chaos damage this time.
Okay.
All right. Even though I'm using my staff. Okay. So. Okay. So I'm going to go hit the goblin first.
Okay. Are you going to move into melee with him?
No, I'm gonna fire ranged.
So you're considered very close then.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot a magical bolt from the staff.
Okay.
So I got, what is this? Sorry, I got a lot of dice here. That is 12, 17, 18 plus 3, 21 to hit
With
fear.
fear. 21 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, so it is 3d10. No, it is 4d10
Oof. Ouch.
plus 3.
4d10 plus
No,
3.
just 4d10.
Gotcha.
Sorry. That is 8. That is 9, 10, 11, 19, 24 magical damage.
Nice. That is going to be severe. He'll use 1 armor to bring it down to major, but he is very bloodied now. That bolt slams into his chest, rips apart his armor, and like his little goblin chest is exposed. You see bits of flesh and burnt meat and muscle kind of spilling out.
Okay, as part of that attack, I'm going to once again spend another stress and whip around and shoot at the lieutenant now.
Okay, go for it.
That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Unfortunately, that does not hit. That will miss.
All right.
And because you rolled originally with fear, I'm going to take over the spotlight.
Okay.
I am going to spend that fear that you so generously gave me. I'm going to move the counter down to a 2. I need everybody to make additional agility checks, if you would, please. Non-hope, non-fear. As another explosion goes off and rocks the entire silo.
Can I activate my wall walk to give me advantage on that, just so it kind of anchors me a little bit?
Is wall walk a reaction opportunity?
No, it's a spell.
Yeah, no, that requires an action. If you had it as a reaction, that would be beauty. But
Gotcha.
it would have to be a reaction.
12.
12 will fail. Lugnut, what'd you get?
20.
Yeah, even with disadvantage, you'd still pass. So you're good. Flower?
Yep.
No, not.
Well,
You're not.
okay.
14.
14 will beat a 13, so you're good. Kozak?
7.
7. Dante and Kozak both take 15 points of physical damage as heavy pieces of rafter come down from above, slamming into the two of you. I'm going to spend another fear. I'm going to spend another fear and activate the lieutenant. She's going to move. She's going to yell at the goblin to retreat back towards the doored entry. She's going to take a shot and hit one of the corpos. The goblin, as he moves away from you, Lugnut, he's not considered in melee with you because he had 10-foot range, he had very close range with his whip. So he's going to quickly curl up his whip, hang it off of his back. He's going to look over where Dante had taken that shot into his chest. You watch as the goblin takes a double-barreled shotgun off of his back. He points it at Dante and goes, "Fuck you!" and like presses both triggers. So he's going to expend a stress, and he's going to use his ability called Blunderbuss, which is going to give him advantage. That's going to be a 19 to hit you, Dante.
That hits.
And this thing actually does stress damage. It does not do...
Oh, come on.
That's going to be 5 points.
Wait, is
of
Dante
stress.
in very close range?
Oh, yeah, he'd be within very close range of you.
Okay, can I do I am my shield ability?
Yeah, what does that do?
When an ally within very close range will take damage, you can mark a stress to stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack instead. When you take damage from this effect, you can mark any number of armor slots.
So what I'll do is I'll say you watch as Flower kind of pivots around and the double barrel shotgun blast just pelts the backside of Flower. Flower, go ahead and take 2 points of stress from the shot.
Thank you, Flower, because that would have caused me to frenzy and do a D20 to everybody.
That's why when you said that, I was like, well,
Yeah.
I think I should do this.
I'm going to spend another fear and activate one of the corpos. One of the corpos is going to kind of like come around and see everybody in the room. And you watch, and Lugna, unfortunately, you're in a good position with your VR to see the tripod. The corpo comes in. He immediately swings around a waist-high minigun, and he has like both of his hands on the trigger, and he just starts randomly spraying into the interior of the bar. You guys could just hear the whine of the minigun, these bullets just lighting up the whole interior. So what he's got to do, he has got to make a strength check. He's going to spend a stress for stable shots. Oh, okay. So this is cool. The rest, anybody who, so I'll say because Dante, Kozak, and Lugnut are prone on the ground from the debris hitting them, he loses control of the minigun. So as he's pressing onto it, it just starts randomly kind of kicking around and firing at everybody. Everybody give me agility checks with advantage, if you would, please. You get an extra D6 on the roll.
Ooh, 12.
Is this the hope
Whoa.
and fear agility check? Or
No, this is regular. No hope, no fear.
Why?
I got an
20.
18.
27.
You're good. Lugnut,
18.
you're good. Flower,
Hold on.
math.
23.
You're good, Kozak.
I got 2 8s and I rolled a 6 on the advantage.
Dude, that's like ultimate crit. So crit success for Kozak, so you can recover a hope and recover a stress if you'd like. Let's see. I'm gonna pass the spotlight back to you guys. I'm gonna treat that as a miss for the corpo.
I want to move towards the doorway
Okay.
to get more of the corpos in range.
And then I want to cast Shadow Bind.
Ooh, what does that do?
It's what I did to the dragon. I make a spell cast rolling all adversaries within very close range. Targets I succeed against are temporarily restrained as their shadow binds them in place.
Love it. Go for it. Make that spell casting roll.
Real quick, I forgot. Is downing a potion, is that an action or?
It is.
I got 13, and I don't think I can use my elemental thing for that.
It's your spell. Is that a success? Because I think you roll and you add your primary attribute, right?
Yeah, it says a +3. I got 13.
And what does the spell say for success? Because it's Shadowbind. So I believe Shadowbind has the number built into the spell. It tells you if it's successful or not.
No, it says make a spell roll against all adversaries within very close. The targets you succeed against are temporarily restrained. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
So that means you have to beat their difficulty rating, and their DR is a 13. So you're good. That'll affect all 3 that you can see.
Okay.
The best part is you've restrained them with your shadows in the fire of the archway. So they're now all on fire, screaming and unable to move.
Yeah.
Did I get Aris or the goblin with that?
No, you got all the corpos because you described that you were focusing on the corpos coming through the entryway.
I just figured since I had to be within very close range, I didn't know if they were. Okay, no, that's fine. I was just curious.
Okay. You guys still have the spotlight. Who'd like to go next? Do you want to move at all, Kozak?
I wanted to move up to the doorway, so I mean
Yeah, you're close enough to put everyone in very close range, so you're good.
yeah, so I'm okay.
Who'd like to go next? Flower?
Yeah, I'm always down to kick ass.
Okay.
Oh.
You've got the goblin and the lieutenant trying to make their way out the door, so they're within very close range of you.
I want
there's
to
a group
out
of-
the lieutenant.
Okay.
I want to go after like Aris's people.
Okay, so you go go after the lieutenant. You're now in melee with the lieutenant.
Well, I'm gonna do what I do best and just fucking attack.
Go for it.
19 with hope.
19 with hope. You keep the spotlight, and that will hit.
Let's see, where is it?
Hey, Briar, are you using the new browser tonight?
Yes.
No glitches, no
Wow.
camera lag,
Amazing.
no audio issues. This may be the most stable you've ever been.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Crazy. Crazy.
Good to know. Yeah, that's
It's too bad you're using a discontinued browser for it. That's kind of weird. Go ahead, Flower. What'd you get?
11.
11 to hit.
No, 11 damage. I hit.
Oh, that's right,
with
because you hit with a 19.
Yeah.
That is going to be minor. She's going to use her armor to make that a 0. She will take no damage from that. You guys still have the spotlight. Who'd like to go next?
I'd like to try to get this stuff, get out from underneath this rubble.
Yeah, give me a non-hope, non-fear strength check, if you would.
Okay, can I get advantage because Rum
Runner's helping you, so you get advantage on this.
All right, that is 16.
Yeah, that'll definitely allow you to get the beam off of you. You're no longer pinned by the beam, so you're no longer prone.
All right, We gotta get out of here! This place is falling down!
So the lieutenant
What
and the
was he saying?
goblin are still alive.
They're still alive at the doorway.
What about
Lugna,
Ghost? What is he doing?
you still have your move. Your action was to get the beam off of you, but you still have your move.
Kozak was moving towards the door, right?
Yeah, Kozak got
Yeah.
closer towards the door. You then watched Flower get into melee with the lieutenant, so she's closer towards the door as well. Jester is already on his way out. He's currently like sneaking towards the edge of the door to try to avoid the flames. Dante's the only one that's kind of a little bit further back than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna move towards the door. One thing I'm not with my breath weapon. Is it always the same element that I use?
I believe so, unless it says you can change or alter the element. That sounds like a character detail that I wouldn't have access to.
Right.
That'd be some cool tech, though. That'd be a cool mod.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a
that'd be
cool
cool.
mod. He puts like a throat device on that he turns the dial, and he could change the element of what comes out. That'd be
Oh,
pretty
that's a good
fun.
idea. Maybe I should.
That'd be pretty
Breath
awesome.
weapon, death ray.
Ignore me. I
Yeah.
never said anything. I didn't say a thing.
Choose
Uh,
an
I'm-
element for your breath. You can use this breath against a target or group. Okay, no. Maybe next time I'll do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna move up with Kozak, and get ready to make our escape.
Yeah, all of you are now technically in the door threshold at this point.
Well, I'm not, am I?
No, you're the only one that's not. So the spotlight is still with you guys.
All right, I'm in my demon form, so I'm pissed and I'm laser focused on these two fuckers. So I am going to take another blast with my staff.
Go for it. The goblin or the lieutenant?
Who looks like in worse shape?
The goblin definitely looks in worse shape. He's very bloodied. And Flower's currently in base with the lieutenant, so it might be hard to target the lieutenant.
Okay, I'll take a shot on the goblin.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 16 and 5 is 21, 24 to hit with hope. So I'm going to mark the
Nice. That'll
stress.
definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
How close is everybody to me? Is everybody within very close range?
I would say yes, because they're all grouped together trying to head out the door.
And I'm close enough that I'm still within.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll say you're further back, so I'll say you're up too close. Which means you're in range.
Right, but I'm talking if I frenzy, it's within very close. If I frenzy, who am I going to hit?
Oh, if you frenzy,
Yeah.
bar patrons. Like people screaming and running around you, they're trying to get out.
The civilian.
Your friends are further away because they're trying to get out the door. So the only people are like all these, like there's like a dwarf that goes running by, his entire head's on fire from the flames. It's like he's like, and there's a couple people that are kind of like, you can tell that they're high on the haze. So, they think this is all part of their experience that they're having.
Right.
But like some of them are kind
So
of voodoo dancing around you while on fire.
So nobody of consequence is within very
Correct.
close of me.
Correct.
Either enemy or allies.
Correct.
Okay.
I was thinking about that. The high thing. Whenever Lugnut was like, "Get down!" I was like, "How many people just started like,
Yeah, like-
oh, all right."
Start dancing.
Okay. I'm gonna do damage to the goblin.
Okay, go for it.
Oh geez. That's 5, 6, 7, and 3 is 10 points. Okay, then fuck.
That's gonna finish him off because that's that's gonna be minor for him.
Okay.
That's right below his threshold. He's only got 1 health point left, so he's gonna be. I mean, like his pumpkin head just kind of makes a popping noise, and his corpse just drops to the ground.
Okay, I'm going to.
However, I will say that because he was very close to the lieutenant. She is going to use a stress to use her reaction ability, which is called lightning reflexes. So she's going to get a shot off at you before you can do your next thing.
Okay. Well, okay.
And the pistol in her hand explodes. I literally rolled
a 3.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 and a 1 because her lightning reflexes allowed her advantage. I rolled a natural 1, and then I rolled another 1 on the D6. So she reacts and brings her pistol up towards you. Suddenly, it just pops off in her hand, explodes, and she's going to take a stress from that happening.
All right. Then in that case, I'm going to roll. What would this be? Instinct, presence, recall, analyze, perceive, sense, charm. I'm going to roll a presence check.
Okay.
To see if I am able to keep myself in check and not take a second shot, manipulate magic and take a second shot at her. So what should my DC be?
I don't know. What do you think? Like, are you ramped up? Are you close to frenzy? Is that what this is?
Oh yeah. Because if I do it, I'm gonna frenzy.
I feel like you're over the 50% threshold, so like maybe a 13 or 14.
13?
Yeah, I'd say 13 is a good DC. Go for it.
Okay. So I got instinct,
but this is going to be a hope fear roll. So this, if you utterly fail with fear, you're in a frenzy, baby. You go full frenzy.
Oh well, wait a minute. But that means if I gain hope, I take a stress, and then I won't be able to actually spend the stress to do the manipulate magic.
There you go. Yeah, there's
fuck. Well,
trust the dice. Maybe you'll fail. And you'll go full frenzy.
Since I would be shooting at her and she's in base with Flower, would that be a disadvantage?
No, because you're using. Well, if you decide not to do the presence, I would say Flower is a perfected brawler, so she'll be moving and giving you a clear shot.
All right, fuck it. I'm just going to spend my last stress. I'm going to hit a second target, which is her. 10, 11, 14 to hit.
14 is her DR. She is a 14.
Excellent. And that is with fear.
Okay, I'll take
but
that.
I've already, yeah. So the damage is going to be 2d6 plus a d10 plus 4, 5, 9. 19 points of magic damage.
That's definitely her major threshold. She'll spend her last armor on her mesh armor to drop it down to a minor. She's starting to look bloodied, though.
Okay, and then everybody within very close range, I just start to howl and just start raking and, with horns and everything. Everybody within very close range, oh my God, it's 2d20 and they take 5 points of damage. I rolled a 4 and a 1. So hopefully I don't kill too many innocent patrons.
These are exactly, your typical kind of NPC-ish characters. They've got some vibe, but it's almost like a scratching contest. They're avoiding the tip of your horns, but you watch as the horn kind of slices their arm, and they're avoiding your claws, but the claws just kind of graze across their chest. They're realizing that you're kind of losing control. They panic and start rushing off in different directions. I am going to use a fear and take a.
And then I naturally drop out.
Jinx, if you lose control, I will have no problem as Flower beating you unconscious. It's good practice.
There's nothing I can do about it when I'm like that.
I'm gonna drop.
I do drop out of demon form though.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the counter down to a 1. As yet another explosion goes off, but this time, because it drops to 1 at the end of the counter, you guys hear that sound of screeching and tearing metal as the foundation of this particular silo that you're in is now coming straight down on top of you. The whole thing is collapsing in on itself, raining debris down inside.
If I still can take my move at the end of all that Michigas,
well, you can take it before it happens.
Yeah.
I forgot you had the object. You're going to move.
Yeah, I run for the door.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say that happens after you move towards the door. And now everyone inside is panicking as they begin to realize that the entire environment is coming to come crash down on all of them. The corpos are still pinned. Dust, metal, and flame are making the environment like very difficult to see. So that's the end of the counter. But at the end of the counter, everybody now attacks with disadvantage, even the bad guys. So everyone has a minus D6 to their rolls. I'm going to go ahead and spend another fear to activate the lieutenant. She is going to, she's in base with Flower. Flower, she's going to try to move out of base with you. Are you going to use your reaction to take your opportunity attack on her?
Yep.
Go for it.
Yeah, her armor's gone.
Yeah, you just burnt through her last armor slot. Yeah.
So do I get an advantage?
This is unfortunately a disadvantage because of the condition of the tower, of the side.
Oh, so I gotta do...
Roll 2d12 and a d6, and then minus the d6 from your final result.
God, that's so much math.
And because it's a reaction, it is not hope and fear. I have recently discovered that reaction rolls are non-hope, non-fear rolls. That might actually be coming out in the new rule expansion. Let's see, this is progressive math for Flower. This is like Flower just tells everyone, hold on, give me a moment.
17.
Oh, it still hits.
16.
Yep, 16 still hits. Roll for damage.
Cool. I rolled a 21, and then I had to do the -5. 16.
That is going to be her threshold for major. She'll take 2 hit points. She's now very bloodied. She manages to move away from you. Through the threshold, she steps over the corpos that are pinned to the ground because I do not have enough fear to free them up. So they're going to burn to death. She gets over their bodies out towards the exit. She's going to turn and she's going to grab something off of her waist. You watch as she bites a pin and she just chucks a grenade into the interior, but she aims it right at incapacitated Ghost where he's lying on the ground, unable to move. He's like covered in debris.
Oh shit, we forgot about Ghost.
Yeah, the grenade rolls across the bar floor, lands like within a, right near, like practically in melee with Ghost, and it just goes off.
Whoops.
I need everybody to give me agility checks, if you would, please. Non-hope, non-fear, just regular. Got to beat a DC of 12. You need a 12 or higher.
22.
Lugnut, you dodge it, no problem.
Fail.
Ooh, Dante's going to take some of the shrapnel. Kozak takes some of the shrapnel.
17.
That will pass. Dante, take a stress, and Kozak, take a stress.
If I can't take stress, it's a hit point, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You'll notice that Kozak or Ghost looks dead.
Sounds all right.
Whoopsie.
You can see
Does anyone have speak with dead?
Jester at the doorway is like pointing at that Ghost corpse. Excuse me. You got to put an SE at the end of it. Jester goes, "Get his stuff. Get his stuff. We need his laptop.
You get his stuff. What have you done this entire fight?
I haven't taken any damage. That's an effort.
So get his stuff."
Fuck. Okay. You watch his Jester, just his little guitar legs start pumping. He runs through all the fighting in the flame. He starts tearing off all of Ghost's equipment, turns, and starts running towards the door threshold as well. You guys now have the spotlight. What would you like to do? The tower is collapsing.
I don't know. GTFO, man.
Dante, you head out. Is everyone kind of running out of the bar at this point?
Yeah.
I will also down a mana potion. Or, I'm sorry, a stress, whatever.
Man,
the fuck
what are you
it is.
playing? World of Warcraft?
Stress potion.
I move run runner up next to Jester, and the minigun comes out so that there's room in the seat for him.
Okay.
And I say, "Hop in, buddy!" And then I
Jester like hops in. He grabs on to the minigun that when it folds out, and he like presses the button. So as Rum Runner is like jettisoning out the doorway, Jester's like doing that Mad Max thing where he's just like just raking the interior of the bar with rounds as Rum Runner gets him out of there.
I mean, I'm running. You could keep doing all this you want. I am going. I mean, okay? So I'm tall, right? I'm very stocky.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay. Can I catch up to any of these people? Because Ghost is dead. Can I try to like get the lieutenant or Aris and like body slam them and like capture them?
Yeah, like as you guys kind of all come running out of the bar, the challenge you have is you got to make a choice. The silo that you're in is like 50 stories tall, and it's collapsing straight down on itself. As you guys make it out of the bar entrance, and there are people just kind of running in all sorts of different directions, for you guys, you have a choice. As you guys kind of all run out of the bar, you could either choose to avoid the collapsing tower or chase down the lieutenant who's trying to get away.
I'm chasing
down the lieutenant. If you
down
decide to chase down the lieutenant, you have to take a chance that the tower may fall on you.
I'll chase the lieutenant.
Okay, so Flower immediately starts taking off in the direction of where she could see the lieutenant. What about the rest of you? Jester's like, fuck that. Jester's, he is gone.
I'm in bad shape. I'm taking off.
Okay, you start taking off. Lugnut, you're taking off as well. Kozak?
I'm with Flower.
You immediately pivot. You and Flower start chasing the lieutenant. Now, here's the funny part. So, I've got a little bit of fear left. So, I'm going to spend a fear.
Don't you say it.
As the two of you are chasing the lieutenant, you can feel the shadow of the collapsing silo kind of beginning to envelop you. You can feel the debris cloud kind of patting at your backs and shoulders. You could also hear the yells and screams of people that are getting crushed by the debris. I'm gonna give advantage to the lieutenant because she can see you guys coming. She can also see the collapse coming. I need the two of you to give me agility checks, if you would, please.
Who is that?
Flower and Kozak need to make agility checks because you guys chose to get out of the area before the tower comes down. What'd you get, Flow?
Oh, I'm rolling still. I was looking to see if I have anything. 2 11s!
What'd you get?
2 11s.
Nice. That's a crit. You get a stress back. You gain a hope. And you easily catch up to the lieutenant. You grab her collar, and you're currently wrestling her away. Kozak, what'd you get?
I got, you said agility. 22.
Nice. It's non-hope, non-fear. This is just a regular agility check.
All right, cool.
Following Flower, as Flower grabs the lieutenant, you come up behind. You grab the other side of the lieutenant. You kind of crack her across the back of the head. The two of you then drag her away as the debris field begins to clatter all around you. And then for Dante, Lugnut, and Jester, all you see is this big plume of chemical smoke and debris and dust billow out. And then you see the silhouette of Flower and Kozak coming out of the debris, dragging the unconscious form of the lieutenant in their wake.
I think I would have tried to use, if there was a bunch of chemical smoke and other stuff, I would have tried to do like that sort of like the filter thing and give one to Flower.
Yeah.
And just to, make sure we're not breathing in too much toxic shit while we're
Not doing tenfold. Fuck that bitch.
I mean, I thought about it, but she also lives here. I don't think I can do anything at this point. I don't know what I can.
Eventually, the 5 of you kind of all rally in the shadow of one of the other silos nearby, and it's just chaos in the middle where that one silo collapsed in on itself, but it's a pretty solid distraction. So far as you can tell, no one has either taken an interest or noticed what's happened with the 5 of you. There's no more corpos or anyone in pursuit. What would you guys like to do next?
I'm gonna run for the truck. As I'm going, I'm gonna throw out Fam 2. I'm gonna say, "Hey, pick up the sniper rifle for me, would you?"
Yeah, you watch as Fam 2 starts droning off up into the sky.
We need to get this motherfucker somewhere safe right now and question
Yeah,
him.
just throw her in the back of the
Jesus,
truck.
that was a clusterfuck.
Yes, that was so bad.
You watch as Lug Knight races past all of you, gets into the hover truck, and you watch as the truck just comes racing back to pick all of you up in the bed of the truck. Where are you guys heading off to at this point? You're in the silos.
First, I
I don't think there's any place for us here.
Or
I mean, you could go back to the.
and have him be located.
What's that?
You're muted.
I would like to secure the prisoner. Make
Okay.
sure they got nothing that can cause them to break free of like whatever I bind them up with, and make sure
Okay.
they don't have any like tracker shit on them.
Yeah, we'll say you're doing
I'd
that in the
probably
back of
have
the truck. Yeah,
for the tracker shit because they're more tech savvy.
right.
And Flower's like, I could break the legs, then she can't run at all. And I look at her legs very like, maybe I should do it.
We should probably get the hell out of this town and head back home. I don't think we're gonna be welcome here after committing a genocide and stuff.
Well, first off, it wasn't us. It was
It
her.
wasn't genocide.
You know who they're gonna blame for? Sorry, mass destruction. My bad. You know who they're gonna blame for. You know, I mean, we're the outsiders. We gotta go. Hopefully this piece of shit can take us all the way back home, but we gotta get out of here.
I mean, you guys are. I mean, the glide train travels very fast.
Right.
Give me a knowledge check, Lugnut,
Sure.
as you start thinking about the abilities of this truck versus what it might take to travel all the way back to Steel Horizons in this thing.
That is a 15.
Yeah, so for you, there's getting out of the Fringe, then crossing the entirety of the waste, and then eventually hitting the border regions of the Steel Horizon. There's some shit out here that even you don't even know about, but the horror stories that you've heard, there's a reason why people take the glide train or take other aerial vehicles to traverse the distance between Steel Horizons and the Fringe. You get the feeling that taking the truck is going to get you guys killed. That's going to be pretty impossible to make that journey.
We're gonna need a jet because the train is out of commission.
That's true. It did crash into the station, so the glide train is currently not active.
Didn't we have a safe room here in the
Yeah,
in the Fringe?
back in the smoldering armor or back in the smoldering anvil, you do have rooms.
Yeah,
with-
I think we just go there as fast as we can,
Quincy.
and then regroup and get our wits about us. That would be my suggestion.
I think that's our only option. I don't know if Vinci will be welcome to us bringing trouble to her establishment, but
Winksy seems like the type to not only be able to handle trouble, but
I'll take care of Winksy. Don't worry about it. We're flush with credits right now. I'll take care of her. We just need
You
to
watch as Jester goes, okay, guys, I've got this. You watch as Jester reaches into the vest of his kind of like pocket, and he pulls out this little round plastic diode, and he places it on the forehead of the lieutenant who's unconscious, and he starts turning the dial, and he watches this like illusionary like hologram kind of makes it look like just some kind of drunken orc that you'd be carrying into the place.
Perfect. Let's go.
I'm sorry. That was fucking cool.
It was
that,
cool.
So,
Yes.
Flower was talking about how I wasn't doing anything, but, I can do cool shit like this. And he just kind of puts his little feline face up in the air and walks away.
All
You
right.
did say it.
You guys managed to make it back to the smoldering anvil. You take the platform up to where the Winksy's dens are, and you guys are now back in your in one of your safe rooms, and where the kind of like den rooms are, deep in the heart of the anvil. What would you guys like to do next?
Heal.
You guys want to take a short rest or a long rest? Your choice.
I'd like to find a Band-Aid.
I mean, I'm okay with either.
I mean, we kind of need to lay low anyway, so we could take a proper rest, wait for this asshole to wake up.
Okay.
Are we how confident are we that we made it here without a tail?
You're pretty confident considering the amount of destruction that took place.
Mm-hmm.
The only challenge you have is at some point Half-Life's going to figure out that his lieutenant's gone missing and Ghost hasn't been brought to him. So you feel like at some point they're going to start looking around the area to see what happens.
Sure, but for now they have no clue who or where.
For now, they don't know as much as you know.
Okay. And how? Not that Winksy wouldn't be trustworthy, but how safe is this as a safe room?
You get the feeling that the anvil is a place where a lot of people do business.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jester made it so that no one would recognize the lieutenant being brought in. You get the feeling for now it's safe, but as soon as word gets out, if anyone figures out that one of Half-Life's lieutenants is with you and being held by you, that could change things dramatically.
Yeah, for sure. But as of right now, you're
relatively
okay.
safe for now at this moment.
Right. I would say we take a long rest, but it's up to.
Sounds good to me.
We're down for a long rest. We heard it sounded like one of our cats is throwing up, so yes.
Of course.
No.
Hairballs, baby. Hairballs. That's the one thing I told Callista I don't mind paying a little extra for is we switch them to like cat food that's supposed to like get rid of hairballs so they don't get it. It actually works. It's pretty crazy. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why it works, but it works. So what are you going to do for your long rest there, Lugnet? What are you going to work on?
I am going to repair my armor because I got 2 slots missing.
Okay.
And I think I will clear my hit points.
Yeah, I'm going to clear all my stress. And
since Yasser didn't really take anything, he is going to work on a project. He's going to try to hack into Ghost's electronic equipment.
Did I have a project that I was working on? I think I did. I forgot what it was, though.
You might have. I can check my notes.
I remember because it was really cool and I liked it. It was like you were trying to infuse magic into different bullets so you could have a sort of bandolier of different.
Oh yeah, I wanted to be able to make magic bullets or bullets that do magic damage. Okay. I'm going to continue. I'm going to clear stress and I'm going to continue on that project.
Okay. That project you want to work on, how are you focusing on it?
again, I'm attempting to be able to weave some of the magic, the way I wield it in the staff, to a round or a number of rounds.
Yeah, you were trying to engineer a library of magically imbued ammunition for your revolver, kind of like Hellboy.
Yes, exactly. At the very least, at a basic level, I just want it to do magic damage, and then if I continue, then it may be like a gas.
What's your main character trait for when you spellcast?
Instinct.
Instinct.
Yeah.
Give me a instinct check. DC is going to be a 14.
Okay.
What magic would you like to imbue? Do you have a specific magic in mind, or are you just attempting to make the bullets all be magical damage? Or are you trying to make it be a choice, either physical or magical damage?
Yeah, actually, I would like the ability to, as I'm taking the shot, be able to decide if I want the bullet to do magical damage and give it like an arcane infusion.
You decide to
So
add
I don't know if that would be the bullet or the gun.
I would say you decide to add a device to your revolver that it's got a little switch on it. When you put the switch up, it's physical damage, and when you put the switch down, it's magical damage.
Perfect.
Go ahead and give me an instinct roll. Let's make sure you can pull this off. DC 14 or higher. So if you have any abilities or anything you want to spend, obviously you can spend.
14 plus 3, 17.
17, yeah. You managed to complete the project during your long rest. Your revolver now has a built-in switch that allows you to switch from either magical or physical damage.
Sweet. All right. And then I pass out.
Kozak, anything you want to do as part of your long rest activity? Or actually, what do you do as your long rest activity?
I didn't hear you talking to me or Leslie.
You said Kozak.
Oh,
No, I said Kozak.
I'm gonna, I think, heal and repair my armor. I took one armor slot, 1 HP, and 1 stress in that fight. So I just got across the board. But yeah, I'll just take care of that, I guess, and try to keep an eye on Aris and see if they're,
Oh, is that Aris?
That's the lieutenant, right?
Yeah, the lieutenant is not Half-Life. Half-Life is a different person. That's the fungal. But his lieutenant is her name is Aris, Eeris, Aris. She's a halfling, or sorry, she's a half elf. So she's currently
That's a goblin.
No, the goblin was the little green guy that was at her side that Dante killed.
We got that. We got Aris, the half elf.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on her to see if she's getting up or anything.
I mean, she's pretty well bound. I'll say she eventually kind of is coming to, but she's going to kind of like be contained while you guys take your long rest.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to take on questioning her as part of their long rest project. Because right now, Dante already did that, so he's in his long rest. Lugnut already did his thing. Kozak, you did your thing. Jester is currently hacking into Ghost's kit as his project. Leaving, what is Flower doing for her long rest?
I mean, Flower's more of a torturer than an interrogator. So Flower was actually going to do yoga to kind of like as her tender all wounds almost, or like
Okay.
no, more like near her stress. She's gonna do yoga, you know, staying limber, like recentering herself, making sure that like none of her muscles are tight, right? Because her body is her weapon, so she wants to do that. So that's the first thing she's doing. So like that's her like clearing stress is like some yoga, and then. I mean, can I count that as also clearing HP too?
I mean, it depends on what. There's so much you can do during a long rest.
I know.
Let's take a nap.
Yeah, I think I'll take a nap for the second part.
That's what Kozak's doing.
Yeah.
If this guy wakes up, he's still bound. Somebody made sure of that, right? Or I mean, he's still.
I did.
Okay. Cool.
You know what? We could do my idea if I break their legs before. I just go like where the knees are. Just take them out.
I
Break
mean,
those kneecaps.
That's a little
Literally.
sadistic. That's a little sadistic, but
Which is
you know,
why I
I'll leave
said
it-
I would not be interrogating this.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you. I mean,
No, she's bound. Don't worry about it. We don't have
We'll
to.
find her then.
all right.
You break your legs, you might have to.
This is what I'm good at. Of course, I'm going to sound disappointed when I can't do what I'm good at.
Great job tonight, darling.
Oh, well, thank you. That was in character, Kozak and Flower, as we talk about this. Question, you guys think this is too long for a baby blanket?
No, I think it's
No.
you know, pretty standard.
Because you want to be
I've
able to wrap them up in it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm crocheting a baby blanket for a friend's baby shower. And I've been on the fence. It might be too long.
Nah, I
So,
think you're good.
thanks.
As you guys all come out of your long rest, it's like it's the start of the evening. So the nighttime crowd is beginning to arrive at the anvil. You can hear the digital casino down below, the fight pits coming online as the nighttime activity is kind of taking over. You have the full attention of the lieutenant at this point. She looks confused and concerned at the same time.
During this time, can Flower ask Winksy for like a giant bucket of like water and maybe a rag or something?
You got a waterboarder?
I wasn't going to use those words, but
I'm going to attempt to intimidate because I have advantage because of my dread visage.
I mean, I would
Yeah,
also-
give me a presence, if you would, Dante, as you set about trying to establish the rules of this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this easy on you.
Flower comes back
You're
with
gonna-
a bucket and a rag.
Yeah. You're gonna tell us what we want to know, or I'm gonna let my friend go to work on you here, and then we'll probably just kill you.
yeah.
All right?
What he
None of this dancing
what they-
around shit, and none of this crap. We're pissed off, and you either tell us what we need, or fuck you.
Yeah, give me a presence.
That's 11 and 3 is 14 and 3 17.
Did you roll your d6 because you have advantage?
Oh, 17, 18, 19. Sorry.
Hope or fear?
Hope.
Hope. Nice. 19 with hope. She immediately softens her look up at you and she nods. You get the feeling that she definitely wants to talk. So you kind of like pull the gag out of her mouth and she, to be honest with you, I don't even know who the fuck you people are. My target was, well, Ghost, not you.
Let's start with, you don't need to know who we are. We're inconsequential, so to speak. Let's start with the easy one. Why were you targeting Ghost?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Before this starts, I want to retcon something.
Sure.
Is there any way we could be like, Jester, go down and earn us some credits by counting cards? Because Jester would give our names away. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
he would.
think
So,
we're
yeah.
anywhere near this. If we don't get any longer, right?
Jester said, "Well, sure, Flower. I'll go and go gamble."
Count cards, do whatever.
Good
Hey,
thinking.
Conte, do you want me to get you anything to eat? And Kozak, are you thirsty?
Before
Hey,
we
Lucknut, do you
No.
need anything?
No, just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. I want to see
Right.
how
Oh my
much
god,
money.
that's so funny. I could totally see Jester doing that. Too.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't want Jester there. Like, that's why I said, can I retcon real fast and be like, hey, get out.
That was good thinking.
And you know what I'm thinking? There's a 50-50 chance that even if Ale was here, he would not think about the fact that we are loaded with money.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, okay. I think it's like a 50-50.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely. So as
So I'll be
Jester
like,
heads
Lucknut,
on,
With
you
love.
want to
With
send
love.
your fam
Yeah.
to watch him in case he does get in trouble for counting cards?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Maybe I can help him cheat.
He's at least got like somewhat of a babysitter with fam. Sorry, back to the present now. Retcon.
All right. Why were you targeting Ghost, and on whose orders?
Half-Life put a lot of money in that fight. For whatever reason, Ghost gave us information that your friend there be an easy mark, and we can make a lot of money off of taking her out. Turns out Ghost lied to us for whatever reason. He lied to us about the capabilities of your friend, and Ghost made off with a lot of money after that illicit bet. And needless to say, Half-Life wants that money back.
This is a bet. This is over a bet. That what this shit is?
Well, yeah, this is over saving face, lying to the boss, making us look foolish. This is not only money. This is whether or not my boss now has the ability to hold the crew together after being fooled like this. It's either Ghost's head or nothing at all. We play for stakes out here.
Well, the good news is for you is that Ghost is dead.
Crushed in
So
the
you can-
debris then.
You quite thoroughly, yeah. So you could tell that to Half-Life.
Tell you what, you let me walk out of here alive, I will tell Half-Life that Ghost was not only a confirmed traitor plotting against us, but I'll tell him you did us the favor of killing him.
Which is the truth.
Well,
Mostly.
to be fair, the building killed him.
The grenade helped.
Yeah, I was just trying to cover my tracks. Nothing personal.
Mm-hmm.
So who was setting off that bomb there? Your corporal buddies.
Yeah, I got a distinct feeling those were either Ark or they could have been Zumi Inks.
Could have been who? Come again?
Zumi Inc. Never heard of them?
Have I?
Your knowledge is a 1. Zumi Inc., which is spelled Z-U-M-I and then incorporated. You know them to be a group of high-level elite executives that have formed their own little information consortium.
So they're the Illuminati.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the vibe that
Okay.
they would give you. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm reaching into all the culture bags and all the culture bags at this point.
And I'm gonna make insight check on whether or not she's
With
seems
that
to be telling the
presence, you
truth.
get the feeling she's definitely telling you the truth. I mean, she is completely at this group's mercy. However, as soon as she recognizes that you guys were learning or realizing that Zumi Inc. was making a play for Ghost, a little light bulb goes off over her head. I mean, and she just looks at all of you and just kind of goes, well, what the fuck do you guys have that they want? And there's just this kind of elevated interest in her voice, like this idea that maybe you guys are up to something that has drawn either Ark or Zumi interest. And that's that intrigues her. She's wondering what you got going on.
Well, it's not about what we have, it's what we were going to do for Ghost, and that is our business and not yours.
Really? Are you sure you can't share something with me? See if I can't help? I mean,
Well, I'm afraid that since he
you've
is
made
gone,
the decision to not kill me. I gotta feel like, even though I'm going to tell
Yeah,
Half-Life that Ghost
Yet.
is dead.
we still
well.
might kill you.
Listen, if Half-Life even gets wind that you guys are holding me without my intervention, this place is going to turn into a real shithole for you.
Well, see, here's the thing that you're missing, okay? The little detail is holding you, yes. So we could either kill you and drop your body in the sump somewhere, or we could let you go and trust that you're going to do what you said and forget about us. Because with Ghost gone, the task that he was going to have us do is now null and void. So the only thing we all got to worry about now is who the fuck blew up that silo and why.
She nods and kind of accepts her fate. If you let me go, I'll take care of Half-Life. It'll give you at least 48 hours without worrying about anyone taking an interest in any of you. And I'll keep Half-Life off your ass. If Zoomies or Ark are looking for you, unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that.
Well, that's our problem. You let us worry about that. And I stick my hand out to shake her hand, so we have an understanding.
Yep. And as you do that, she kind of smiles, and you get the feeling that she's serious. She doesn't want to die. You get that.
Okay.
feeling.
And as I do it, I can cast a minor illusion.
Okay.
Make a spellcast roll. The DC is 10. Yeah. So I make it look like just kind of
spellcast roll. Was that hope or fear?
It was hope.
Okay, there you go.
All right. I make it look like, you remember when on Harry Potter they did the blood bond, or the when Snape and who was it did the blood bond or the promise?
Oh yeah, that was Malfoy.
Yeah. So I just make it look like, some eldritch light wrapping around us to make it look like there's some magical shit going on.
And we'll operate off the original presence roll. She sees you do that, and it like fades. She's looking. You get the feeling she's either judging whether or not she should just take her hand off at some point. And there is a measure of fear and terror on her face when you do that.
And then I just say, y'all free to go.
She stands up after you deal with the shackles and the bindings, and she looks around. She smiles and takes the device off of her forehead and hands it over to you. Well, Half-Life will be getting the full gamut of the information. I am intrigued, but good luck. Them zoomies. Not to be fucked with. Be careful. And she quickly leaves out the door. You get to hear her soft steps as she leads out into the anvil and is gone.
Okay. Well, we got to change fucking safe rooms now. That much is clear. But I don't think we're gonna have to worry. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about her in the future.
I mean,
what was that?
We
Luck
just
nut?
leave? Yeah,
said,
Luck nut.
Yeah, we got to find a jet. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, actually, that's true. We don't really need to be in the Fringe anymore.
Hey, maybe these zoomies came in on a fucking private plane or something.
Well, any of you guys got any ideas on how to get back to the city? That is outside of my wheelhouse, way out here.
We could see if Winksy has a plane.
Or any leads on where to find one.
I could fight some more, get us more gold.
I think we're flush on credits right now, but I would not put it upon her to get us out of here because it's another breadcrumb trail. We could ask her if she knows somebody, sure, but
yeah, we just need the information. We can do the legwork.
So should we go talk to her?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that's the plan.
sure.
You guys head out back in towards the entrance that brings you into the dens, and can either go back into the anvil or in the dens. And there's Winksy sitting on a crate, currently eating something that you're not really sure what it is, but with a mouthful of something, she looks up, sees the four of you. I saw your little friend leave earlier. Something about going gambling.
Yeah, we just needed him to stay out of trouble. Hey, I got a favor to ask you, Winks.
Yeah, of course.
And I take out actually take out a bag of gold or a bag of credits, and I slide it across the table or the bar or whatever to her, and I say,
you're offering her a full bag of credits?
How much is that?
I think it's like 10 handfuls, isn't it?
Yeah, but how much is a handful? I mean,
a handful's quite a bit. A bag,
oh, okay, all right. Then I'm going to give her a handful. I'll give her an extra handful of credits beforehand, and I'll just say,
she takes that. Okay.
As always, we appreciate your hospitality, but we need to hightail it out of here, and we need you to, as usual, forget that we were here and what direction we went. You know anybody that could get us back to the city post haste?
Go ahead and give me a present.
Can I help?
19.
Spend a hope and give him an advantage. Yeah.
21. Well, with
21
advantage.
with hope or fear?
With hope.
Okay.
That would be it. With the help, that would be a 25.
Nice. Winksy kind of leans back and wipes off her mouth. Are you guys in trouble? You need to get out then, huh?
We may not be in trouble just yet, but I want to avoid. But we need to make ourselves scarce to avoid that. And also, should the shit come down, I don't want to put any more crap on your head.
If there's anyone that can get you out of the Fringe, back to where you think you need to be, I don't need to know where you're going. There is a fairy down in the bowels of the tattoo parlor. Her name is Moth. Find her, pay her well. She'll figure a way to get you out of here. That's who I go to when I'm in trouble.
She can be trusted.
Wasn't Moth the person who did my augment?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, we actually are familiar with her. All right, Winks, thanks again, and
Of course.
till next time.
Yeah,
We
thanks for the credit.
we should pick up. I even forgot their name. The annoying one. Yes,
Jester.
the little annoying one. That talks
Oh yeah,
a lot.
right. And we'll be needing our what are they? Race?
A Katari.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna need a kitty cat back.
Don't
No
worry about
offense,
it. I
of
got
course,
it.
Winks.
I mean, when you guys head down, you pass by the digital casino, and there's
Okay.
Jester. He has got his tether like in one of the gambling devices, and this thing is just vomiting credits onto the ground, just like.
Can
And
I
immediately-
take as much as I can get?
Yeah, like you guys go running up, and then you see a crowd of like these thugs seeing you guys hacking one of the machines, and like a dozen people just kind of all point in your direction. Get them! And like Jester picks up his credits, goes, "Wasn't me!" And Jester starts running for the platform elevator
Jesus
to get out of
Christ,
there.
so much for staying out of trouble. God damn it. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You guys immediately like bolt for the elevator platform. You guys can go ahead and add another 15 handfuls of credits to your stash if you'd like to. So that'd be 1 bag and 5 handfuls.
Oh, is that each or to everybody?
Total that you gathered
Total.
from the gambling device.
So how much
Okay.
would that be divided by 5?
That'd be 3 handfuls of credits for everybody.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna just do that then.
How dare you
Hey,
use simple
someone that
divisive
makes
math?
notes should tell Ale to mark off 3 handfuls of credits.
You know what? I'll just mark an extra 3 because I think I've kind of got the bank.
Yep.
And so.
Before long, the platform takes you guys deep into the heart of this old industrial complex. You're back amongst all the tattoo parlors and the augment, like the cyber augment beds where you can get augmentations. I mean, you guys are flush with some money. Does anyone want to get an augment while you're here?
Fuck yeah!
Can I look for like weapons, like gloves or other stuff?
I would say you stumble across an augment
Like
vendor.
I got my one augment, my tattoo, so
Yeah.
I'm okay after that.
You come across the tattoo was from the tattoo parlor.
Mhm.
I don't know if any of you have visited an actual augment bed yet. Have you?
No. What would the cost
did.
be on some wired reflexes?
No, Lugnut did, right? Lug, didn't
Yeah,
you
I
get
got a
augmented?
second skin augmented to me.
Yeah, that's right. You guys
It's
watch
something
his like Lugnut's all, I forgot to tell you guys, watch this. And he got like clenches his fists and like his skin turns a different color and turns into like a hardened mesh, which is endemic of him like having more armor now because of it.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That would have been handy.
I forgot what you said
That would have
about.
been handy in a fight.
Oh.
I forgot what you said about augmentation affecting like your arcane ability. Are we doing anything about that or no?
It can, depending on what you choose to do. So there's physical augmentations and then there's magical augmentations. So for magical augmentations, it can give you an extra die roll for your spell casting effect. It can give you an extra d6 on your spell casting rolls. You could potentially get one auto success of a spell cast per long rest. So there's like all these little features that can improve your casting. Whereas physical augmentations are, more damage, advantage on your attacks, maybe imbue a special property, a recovery of stress, a recovery of health, depending on what the physical alteration would be. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to do.
But I don't want an augment per se. I really just want
You want to
better
upgrade
gauntlet.
your potential. What's your primary weapon that you're using now, Flower? Is it just your fists?
Yeah, because I with what I have my build for, I do more damage with just my bare fists and no armor. Like
What
with
is
no
your-
armor, I get
Yeah,
6
because you're a
armor
brawler.
slots.
Yeah, you're a brawler.
So I really
so
just
how
wanna
much
do that.
damage does your fists actually do?
2d10.
2d10. I would say you could get a physical augmentation to your fists so that every time you go to throw a punch, your skin, bones, and muscles turn to metal, so that as you throw a punch, you kind of like augment your flesh, bones, and muscle, and you could do an extra d10 of damage per short rest.
Can I think about that? Because
Sure.
Flower is very.
Are you a hippie?
I don't want to say a hippie, but kind of like a purist, right? Flower worked hard to get where they're at without augments.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
not
a
that
tough
like
one.
I don't look down on people who get it, right? Like if people get
So
augments,
I would
that's
say
fine.
I would say that's actually a good response. So I would say you're kind of like going through the augment beds and they're like, you're seeing all these, like you're watching as somebody's skin is being peeled back and these electrodes and magic are being imbued into their hand. And you're like, no, thank you. And you walk over to like a weapons vendor on like a different area of the floor. He could sell you what's called lightning knuckles that you hold
Okay.
in your hand.
Mhm.
That'll give you advantage on your attacks.
Okay, yeah, I would. How much is that gold wise?
So that's going to cost you 3 handfuls of credits.
That's fine. I just got 3, so I'll do it.
Um,
Is that an
so-
actual item I can look up, or is it custom?
No, you'll have to create it yourself. So lightning knuckles do the same amount of so all they do is that you could spend a stress and lightning knuckles give you advantage on attacks.
I'm gonna take Kale's advice and see if I can get an augment on my throat to change my breath weapon type to whatever I choose.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna look so cool. Like you guys can see, Lugnut is laid out on a bed. This is gonna cost you a bag full of credits, Lugnut, if you have.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay, so there's a bag full of credits, and you watch as he lays down the bed, and like these, one is a clank, another one's a goblin, and another one's a human. Right? They're all 3 working on them. The clank is like the instruments that they're using. The goblin's the actual surgeon, and the human is completely blind, and like physically giving the advice to the goblin on what he's doing. And it looks like the goblin is standing on Lugnut's chest. Lugnut is out cold, and he's got these metal pry things that have like opened up the neck tissue and throat of Lugnut, and he's like elbow deep with blood and viscera going everywhere. And you watch as he grabs this like orb-like device off of a shelf. Like he's not even wearing gloves. He just he just grabs this rusty old device off of a shelf.
This is so Minority Report,
right?
Yeah.
And then he completely infuses it with some kind of magical treatment, and then all you hear is the goblin cackling, going, and like the sound of like punching meat as the orb is like shoved into his neck, and then he's kind of all stitched, laced back together. It's really cool because then the goblin gets down, he goes over to his shelf, and he grabs a can of spray paint, and he comes over and starts spraying Lugnut's neck, and he watches all the scar tissue dissolves, all the medical treatments dissolve as his neck is like fully healed and back. And then you watch as the clank retracts all the syringes and tubes that were running into Lugnut's arms and chest. Lugnut, you sit up with a jolt, and you see the goblin go, "Oh, careful, little guy. Feel that button. It's a sequence of presses. No. Maybe hold off talking for a little while.
Thank you."
And you can feel like this little dial with a button on it. You press the button and you turn the dial. So you can now spend a stress. And when you spend a stress, you can then turn the dial and you can create any kind of element that you want.
Nice.
Sweet.
Whether it be fire, lightning, whatever element you choose to create.
Is there anything that I could do for like a wired reflexes that would increase my evasion a bit?
Oh, evasion. That's an expensive one. Physical augment or magical augment?
What would the
magical augment would require you to make a spellcasting roll. So there'd be a DC associated with your spellcasting roll, and then that augment would kick in. A physical augment would be a physical device that would be attached to your body and would allow you to then spend a stress to take advantage of whatever that reflex ability would be. So you could do something like wired hands, where you get your hands rewired with these physical augmentations. You would spend a stress, and that would, give you advantage on your revolver shots.
Right.
If you're looking for agility, you could have cybernetics like imbued into your legs.
Yeah.
If it's a physical imbuement, you would spend you wouldn't even spend you would spend a stress that would temporarily increase your agility.
I can't.
Or you could temporarily increase your evasion. But if you directly, there's always consequence for the advantage versus the disadvantage, right? So the consequence is you might be able to temporarily raise your evasion by 1 when you spend a stress, and you could do that once per short rest. So there's always a balance to what these augments are capable of doing. If you decide to make it a magical augment, would be more expensive, but you'd make a spell casting roll, and utilizing your stress to make that spell casting roll would raise your evasion until your next long rest. So
I'd still have to spend a stress for that,
right,
and I'd have to succeed on the roll. What's the DC on something like that?
You're instinct based, right?
Yeah.
A base spell casting roll for you is a 10, right? DC 10 usually on most of your. It would say in your spell specifically. It would say, in some cases it's a target that you hit. In some cases it's some of your passive spells that you would use outside.
Yeah, the only one that really lists it is that illusion, and it says make a spellcast roll of 10. So right. I would assume 10 is the base.
Right. So I would say, how much are you willing to pay? How much How much are you willing to pay the person who's going to operate on you to get this done right?
Use gestures money.
I mean, I'll do anywhere from 1 to 4 bags as needed.
Okay, so if you're willing to spend 4 bags of credits, that will give you an elite outcome. So
Okay.
if you spend 4 bags of credits, you get a magical augment of a strange stone that is inserted into the base of your spine, and it is filled with magical energy. So when you invoke that stone, your evasion is increased by 2 until your next long rest.
With a spellcast roll and a stress.
No, with just a spellcast roll.
Oh, okay.
The spellcast roll is a 14 or higher.
And what if I fail? It just doesn't activate.
It doesn't
or is
work.
There an...
Correct. Now, if you roll a 1,
well, yeah,
critical, no, there's critical fails. And, it kind of depends. on the flavor.
Okay, so it's a 14. Okay, I'll do that. I'll spend 4 bags, and do that.
And with that, you guys kind of gather yourselves back together. It's late into the evening. You stand on the edge of the tattoo parlor watching the moth work her magic on someone that she is working on. Her translucent hair, her wings, her many tattoos across her body. She looks up, sees all of you patiently waiting. Well, I think this evening just got very interesting. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. It's a good stopping point.
Nice.
Dude, that was fun. That was a cool set.
It was.
Daggerheart lends itself pretty well to Theater of the Mind. I like it with Theater of the Mind.
Yeah, because you're not because the distances are less constrained.
The distances are easier to handle, and there's no initiative. So, without the initiative and without the distance problem, I think it's a lot easier for me to narrate where everything is. And it makes it a lot easier for you guys just to kind of be a little bit more creative as to what you want to do. And honestly, with all the skills and abilities that your characters have, I think that really helps you guys focus more on what you think your characters can get away with, is what it felt like to me. Kind of watch. And how'd you like that counter? I kept spending the fear until the silo collapsed on you. I love the environmental rules for Daggerheart. They're really fun. They're very fun.
Counters. Yeah, I like your use of counters because it's usually it's not like ignore the counter. It's usually something pretty shitty.
Yeah. Well, I got it. Cost me fear, baby. Everybody, thank you for watching. You guys linger because we will be back next Tuesday so that we can stay on schedule. But we'll talk about the schedule in a moment. Everyone else, be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game. We'll see you guys all next week. Good night, everybody.